Yo, what's going on, Bebop crew? It's your boy Bebop here, and today I'm actually going to be talking about something a little different. It's not your typical video. I know a lot of people don't like these kind of videos, and I'm gonna just throw it out there. It's not my kind of thing to do, but I was kind of inspired to do it anyway, due to the fact that I recently watched Garesh's video regarding the Rising Rush mechanic and what his opinion was in regards to how to make it better, or what could make the overall game better with that aspect. And I was kind of inspired by that, so I kind of want to piggyback off that video idea, not just talking about Rising Rush. I'm not going to go into that because I mean, everyone knows how I feel about that, or at least you should know, and I already commented on it as well, so you guys should go watch the video and actually listen to it and even see my comment below, because honestly it's pretty intriguing what he had to say, and I kind of wanted to, you know, make a video in regards to just my opinions on what could make the game better. Like, as you can see, you can pretty much tell that this is a message to Toshi, and hopes that this can eventually happen in the future. I wrote down some things that, well, I wrote down these things a year ago, and back in February I wrote it in my Discord, but these are ideas that I've had since day one of Legends. Like, since Legends dropped, I already knew what could make this game better, and there were just ideas that I threw down from 1 through like 13 ideas, just generic stuff. You won't see them all because they actually have been implemented in the game. So for instance, like equipments, having more equipment slots, having you know, more team slots, having, you know, just basically these kind of generic stuff like co-op, you know, all those things that we're seeing now have been implemented. Even giving the PvP messages, you know. So you know, after a game, if you win or lose, you can send a message. That's what I mean. Like, these are things that are cool that Legends has done. Whether they're essential or not, I will break it down for you anyway. I'm not going to go too deep into things that I don't find essential. These are just things that I thought would be really cool, and of course little things always matter. It just goes to show that they're listening to us anyway, and in hopes that, you know, it could potentially be talked about in the next videos and stuff. Hopefully we do see more players, not just Rhymestyle and Kagi. Shout out to them anyway, but I'll talk about that in a minute as well. But I want to kind of talk about even having a spectating mode, which would be really cool. Just one example I could throw out there. Spectating mode is fun as hell, because let's be honest, you want to watch your friends get beat up, or you want to watch them beat somebody else up. That would be pretty cool. All right, and it's not only fun and cool, it's pretty cool to learn, because you're actually learning to see how your friends play, or you can even just give them feedback or advice. If they win or lose a game, you can say, oh, you know what, you could have done this better, or you had a potential to do this is why you lost, etc., etc. These are things that I feel like could be done, because I mean, I've seen other just mobile games and other fighting games do that. Who doesn't want a spectating mode? You know, you want an audience, you want a crowd to kind of watch you play, or you know, you want to learn better, so you play a game and you get to tell your friend, hey, this is what you could do better. And speaking of friends, let's not forget the fact that we don't have a messaging system. Obviously, this is something very crucial. I think that if you co-op, right, you already have co-op. That's amazing. Honestly, truly, it's a blessing. Having co-op is cool, although it has a lot of downfalls. All right, but having a messaging system, especially for co-op, or even just to spar with your friends, would be really cool. You know, it doesn't even have to be a all thought out message like I get to type whatever I want, which would be ideal. But if you guys don't want to go in that direction, if you want to keep it simple, just the way, you know, thinking back on how you guys made the PvP messages after a game, you could say, hey, good game, or you know, whatever, you know, those little cheesy lines that you guys make. You could send a message like that, say, hey, you down for a fight, you know, and have a little shallot icon on the side, or whatever you want, you know what I mean? Like, these things would be really cool. You could just say, oh, down to chat, or you know, whatever. And it kind of correlates to the fact that we don't have a system where we get to see whether our friends are online or offline. So I think that would be really essential as well. Having to know the fact that our friends are online, not just, oh, last logged in 2 minutes ago or an hour ago. That doesn't mean that they're still online. That could just mean I logged in, did my dailies, and I'm out, you know, which is basically what half of the people or my friends list are doing. So I think that having a system where we can see if our friends are online or offline or away, that would be really cool. So green light can indicate online at the moment, red obviously offline, maybe yellow would be away, or you know, hiatus, whatever. You know, those are kind of things that would be really cool. And then you can, and those are little simple things that can add a lot of depth to the game. You know, just showing that they're last logged in is not, it's like, okay, I'm gonna just send an invite and hope that you accept it. Or you can just say, hey, you down to fight? Sure, he says, and then we can just play off, like we just play right there. You know, having that messaging system is very crucial, I feel. Another thing that I would like to kind of discuss, which already a lot of you pretty much don't really know about, is having a system where we can see our RP after the game is over. I think that would be really cool. It's not the most essential thing, so I'm just gonna keep it very short with this. So whenever you finish a PvP game, my voice just cracked because my throat is dry, pause. Whenever you finish a PvP game, right, you get to show, it gets to show how much RP you've won or how much RP you've lost. I think that would be really interesting. It's not the most essential thing, but I think that would be really cool. So I'm showing you an example of how it would be indicated. And if you guys don't want to go in that direction, there's kind of like an alternate version of, you know, RP won and RP lost, or you can just show how much RP you lost or won, and then you get to see how much RP you've won or lost. So I think that would be really cool. It's not the most essential thing, so it doesn't have to be implemented at all, but I feel like these kind of things would, you know, make a difference. You know, it doesn't always have to be spot on, but it can always, you know, go a long way. Little things like these matter, and I think it would be really cool to have these kind of things. But that's not the most essential thing. I want to go into the most essential things. Now, these are the things that I've been stressing since day one. You know, it's kind of going in a step in the, there's like a step in the right direction right now, especially with the fact that now we are having Legends videos and stuff with Rhyme Style and Kagi. Now, I love the idea. I really do think that it's cool. I hope that you guys will implement more players. You know, it's not to downplay Rhyme, it's not to downplay Kagi. Alright, I think they're fantastic people, but of course other players have different opinions as well. And having other players would, you know, show that you guys really do care about what we're saying. You know, and it's no offense to Kagi, but I feel like at this point he's not really giving much of opinions. He's just there because he's the voice of Charlotte. And I get it, it's your first experiment. You wanna just have people highlighted there for the meantime to kind of have this idea that you're listening. But now it's come to the point where we need to feel like we're being listened to, because you just have someone there who's just there, but we need actual players who actually play the game, who have knowledge of the game, who actually play the game and can tell you and break down things that, you know, would better improve the game. And having Kagi there is not the most ideal. I'm just gonna keep it honest. I love Kagi, I love his videos, etc. But I feel like if you want to have a better videos and stuff, or you want to have better reactions or better opinions to things, having someone there like Goresh or D-Free even would be an amazing attribute for the game and for the community. You know, we lack security and we lack communication, and that's the biggest key. The consistency of not having communication. Communication is vital. It shows that you're listening, and it shows that we're actually being heard and acknowledged. All right. I don't know how many of you guys play League of Legends. I know most of you probably heard of it, but here's an example of what I mean, or what things that they can do to better implement in Legends. So, League of Legends, all right, Riot Games, they're in charge of League of Legends. Very briefly, you are able to submit a ticket, you know, with whatever you want. It could be a ticket of proof if you were wrongly accused of something, or if there's a bug in the game. You get to submit a ticket, and within 48 hours, somebody from Riot Games, a Riot employee, will reach out and connect with you and talk to you about said issue. All right, the issue will be handled to the best of their ability. If it's not fixed, then all right, at least they tried to talk to you. The point is, at least someone was there. So if we have like a Legends team where they can just reach out, or at least we're able to submit a ticket, or we're able to at least reach out whenever something is wrong, and not just to reach out because, hey, I got shafted. All right, it's not that kind of thing. It's like deeper issues than that would be really cool, or just generic feedback. All right, I feel like that would be really cool to actually have a one-on-one talk with people instead of just I'm on Twitter, I'm gonna give you guys some feedback, but you know, oh, I got 100 likes on it. That doesn't mean, you know, Toshi or any other developers are listening to me. I don't know that. So these are things that I think that would be better for the community. You know, we kind of rely on Rhyme Style right now to absorb all our feedback, our suggestions, our frustration, our anger, our sadness, but he's just one person, and of course he's gonna try his best and relay those messages that we're trying, and of course, you know, he's just a messenger. We can't shoot down the messenger. All right, you guys got to be a little more respectful with Ryan, because again, he's just one person. He is trying too. So I feel like at this point now, we've come to a point where we're gonna need a better system, a better way to talk to these developers, to at least get them to actually talk to us, or at least have it feel like we're being heard. You know, not just relying on Rhyme Style now. We need something more. It's a step in the right direction, don't get me wrong, and I'm very grateful for the fact that we have these kind of videos, but now we kind of need more variety. We need to feel more unified instead of diversified, and that's what I feel like Legends is struggling in right now. That was my biggest point there. Another thing that I'd like to add, it's probably my best idea that I've thought about since day one, and you guys kind of did it, and I'm actually very happy that you guys did it. So I wanted a hyperbolic time chamber mode. I don't know how many of you remember, of a show of hands. I can't see your hands, but a show of hands. Let me know if you remember that there was a one time, or not one time, but there was a time in Legends where there was a hyperbolic time chamber mode, and it was locked. I don't know what it was for, but I can only assume it was a training mode, probably a player versus AI mode, that you get to just practice your maneuvers, you get to practice whatever. I feel like that would be very, very cool to have. Not only one are you training, you have unlimited time to do so. Having the mode or an option to set a time for infinite mode, or you know, you want to do things under 30 seconds, whatever your preference, you get to have a choice, a decision to put a time limit on this training mode. So this training mode, you can not only spar with an AI, but you can spar with your friends. All right, now what I was gonna go with it was this. Basically, you level up your characters this way, which is cool, but you also level up your friendship rank. Now that's important, and I kind of like the fact that you guys implemented the new equipments, so it kind of stacks. So of course, if you have these new friendship equips and you just play, you know, the let's fight, or the level that gives you a huge amount of friendship rank, and if you have them stacked all together, it increases the friendship rank. It's a huge bonus. That's pretty cool. If we have a hyperbolic time chamber mode where you can just do that along with practicing your moves, and you get to fight the AI, you get to command it to do certain maneuvers, like I just want my AI to do key blast, or I just want my AI to go be offensive and attack, or I want my AI to perfect vanish, or whatever. You setting the bar high in that manner, or at least setting it to your standards and to your expectations, would be very, very cool. I won't lie, that would make me want to continue playing this game, because I can't stress it enough. This game has so much potential, but I feel like I've gone to the point, and a lot of players have come to the point where now they're waiting for Anniversary to kind of be their last resort, whether they stay or go, and that's not something you want in the Legends community or in any game. You don't want that. You don't want your player base to say, I don't know how I feel about this game, I'm gonna give it one last chance by the Anniversary, because of course Anniversary is supposed to be the hypest thing of all. But if it's not hype, or if there are no updates, of course the units will be hype. All right, that'll kind of stick us, have us sticking around for a little. Of course, we see a little shiny toy, we'll want to play with it, but once we see the toy and there's nothing else to come along with it, then that's when we drop it. And I don't want that to happen. I can see the efforts in the game, but we want to see consistent efforts, and it's come to the point where we don't see that consistency, and we are scared, and we're kind of limiting ourselves to kind of be at so close to you guys, in the sense where we're kind of pushing you at arm's length. What I mean by that is, you guys are going in the right direction, but you guys have the tendency to put one step forward in the right direction, and then all of a sudden you're taking 10 steps back. You know, like with the whole star system thing, like all of a sudden you guys are doing, like let's say for example you guys are doing something good, and then all of a sudden next week we have a blue star system with 24 stars as a potential. You know, instead of 14 now it's 24. Like, we don't know, we don't want that. Okay, we're just kind of putting you on arm's length right now. I just thought we should kind of be honest and break the ice here. We're putting you at arm's length right now because we do like where it's going, but we're only scared as to where it will end up going. You're going in the right direction, but again, like I said, there's a tendency to go 10 steps back, and we don't want that. What we want is consistency. We want things to go smoothly. All right, we want this game to get better. Of course, PvP needs to get better. All right, that in its entirety, that's something that's already redundant enough that I don't even need to go and express it, because that's just something that we all know. There are issues with the lag and all that stuff. There are issues with it, okay? And the Rising Rush, don't get me started on it. Watch Garesh's video, because I'll go on forever. But that would be really cool if you guys did that. One last thing would be probably like a survival mode, like another mode instead of just co-op and PvP, like giving us access to kind of like, it's kind of like PvE as well, but giving us a different kind of mode would be pretty cool. It's not the most essential thing. I thought of something called like a survival mode. You know, imagine where, you know, you're using a character, and then you have a wave of different characters. They grow stronger each wave, and the farther you go, the more rewards you'll get, the more zenny, the more you know, if you reach like the last boss, you get like a certain amount of chrono crystals, or even like a rare equip with a good slot. And please, for the love of God, please fix the slots, or not the slots, the equipment rates. That would be really cool, man. But these are just things that I just thought of a long time ago. I don't want to make this too long, and I don't want to keep stressing enough, but I just feel in my heart that this game has the potential to be good, okay? But I'm genuinely scared of how things can end up, and I'm waiting, and I'm gonna be one of those players that I'll be waiting until anniversary. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna wait until anniversary. All right, I've been giving you guys a lot of chances, and I've been kind of let down, and that sucks to hear, and it kind of sucks to say, but that's where we are right now as a community. That's how we've been feeling, okay? And if you want me to be honest, as far as legends and videos and stuff go, I would like to be there one day. I'm not gonna lie. I would give you guys the run through of my honest, harsh opinions. Not so harsh, but you know what I mean, like honest criticism. And that's what you guys kind of need, of course. Obviously, you want positive feedback as well. We also kind of have to endure that we're not the happiest, so you guys kind of have to fix that, okay? So that's all I want to say. It's taking a step in the right direction, but we need more consistency. I'm not mad at you guys a lot of the times, but you guys need to kind of just hear us out as well, okay? So that's kind of what I'm trying to say. Hear us out, please. We are begging right now to the point where, like, yo, if you don't fix this, I don't know what to say, man. Like, that's it. I'm done with this game, because obviously I've already been done, but I'm only doing this because of my fans, and of course, quarantine time, of course, I got more time. But regardless, I would love to enjoy the fact that I can enjoy the game in its entirety and the efforts that you guys put in. I would love that. So that's all I have to say. I've probably left some stuff out, but I don't want to go too deep and too long in this. So that's all for now. If you guys have more opinions, let me know in the comments below. If you guys feel like you guys can agree or disagree, let's have a debate about it. I'm down to talk. All right, because clearly I'm already done talking. All right, my voice is getting shut. So thank you guys for watching, and thank you guys for listening. I really appreciate it. I won't make these videos consistently because it is kind of annoying, but I feel like it had to be said now because of Legends taking steps. So I do appreciate Legends taking steps, and I hope that the next video that we can get will be more informative, and we kind of get more tweaks and updates that would better the game in the long run. Anyway, guys, this was Bebop. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, don't forget to subscribe, and thank you. Peace out.